An elderly gentleman, aged 74, fell to the floor of his bathroom in a sudden collapse. His heart pulsed steadily, a rhythmic thrum of life, yet the blood lay still, unmoving, as if caught in a moment suspended in time. No stroke, no heart attack, just a haunting stillness within, all due to something he believed to be innocuous, a pursuit he had engaged in for half a century. Self-exploration. Yet, it transcends the mere action. It was the manner in which he accomplished it, the habits that remained unspoken, lurking in the shadows of his awareness. I am Dr. Mohit Kara, a specialist in men's health, bringing over 60 years of clinical experience dedicated to assisting older men in safeguarding their circulation, rebuilding confidence, and rekindling intimacy. Free from medication, embarrassment, or hazardous methods, I have cared for retired Marines, ex-EEOs, grandfathers, and modest family men. In each instance, a singular element consistently emerged time and time again. Unbeknownst to them, 4 seemingly innocuous masturbation habits, once benign in their 30s, had quietly transformed into insidious saboteurs by the time they reached 62. What is the reason behind this? The response of the older male body is distinct and nuanced. Veins grow frail. The levels of nitric oxide diminish. What once seemed ordinary may now be subtly inflicting harm. Each moment you believe you are merely alleviating tension. In this video, I will reveal the 4 common pitfalls of masturbation that gradually hinder circulation, harm intimacy, and hasten the aging process in men over 62. I will also share straightforward adjustments that can restore your vitality and rekindle the connection you believed was lost for good. Make it a point to remain until the very conclusion. The 4th mistake is an action that 9 out of 10 older men tend to perform instinctively. It could very well be the cause of your blood flow faltering in the most crucial part of your body. Before we proceed, if you haven't subscribed yet, take a moment to click that button and activate the bell, ensuring you never miss a valuable tip that safeguards your circulation, boosts your confidence, and enhances your intimacy after 62. If this video resonates with you, please type 1 in the comments to signal your presence. Should that be the case, please enter 0. I am constantly attentive and seeking ways to enhance your experience. We shall begin with the most prevalent error, one that appears innocuous yet subtly exerts perilous strain on your blood vessels with each passing moment. Error 1. Hastening the deed, inciting a flurry of vascular turmoil. I found myself seated opposite numerous men, formidable figures, who meet my gaze and confess, "Doc, I simply sought a brief escape, a fleeting moment to ease the tension." They express their thoughts candidly, occasionally tinged with a hint of remorse. Yet, what remains unnoticed is that this seemingly insignificant habit, this unassuming ritual they've engaged in for years, could be quietly undermining their most essential functions. When a man past the age of 62 hastily engages in masturbation, he inadvertently sets off what I refer to as vascular panic. Your pulse quickens. The blood vessels within the pelvic region undergo swift constriction and dilation. However, there lies the issue. As the years pass, the resilience of your circulatory system may not be what it once was. Your arteries exhibit diminished elasticity. Your levels of nitric oxide, essential for the dilation of blood vessels, have diminished. What was the outcome? Unexpected, intense rushes of blood can strain delicate veins and fragile capillaries, particularly within the penis. It transcends notions of morality or shame. The subject at hand pertains to the intricate workings of physiology. Initially, you might not sense it, but as time passes, this hurried stimulation gradually undermines the function of blood vessels. It induces subtle injuries. It results in rigidity where there ought to be adaptability and delicacy where once there was resilience. The outcome transcends the mere physical realm. As men experience a gradual waning of sensitivity, they find their erections becoming less swift, the warmth of connection fading, and a subtle trepidation begins to take root within them. What is unfolding within me? They attribute the blame to age. Stress is the scapegoat they choose. Yet, the reality is that their body is merely responding to persistent overexertion in an area that urgently requires attention, not turmoil. Hasty self-pleasure conveys misleading messages. It instructs your nervous system to race when it ought to be unwinding. The stress response constricts blood flow, dampens arousal hormones, and undermines the essential elements of physical intimacy. I consistently remind my patients to have faith in their own bodies. The way you care for your body in solitude resonates in your public demeanor, influencing your connections with others, your quality of sleep, your thoughts, and your capacity to love. Intimacy transcends mere climax. It revolves around the flow, the essence of being, and the bonds we forge. When you deprive your body of a gentle process, you strip away the vitality that defines your essence as a man. At this juncture, the revelations become even more astonishing. Numerous men who take a step back often fall into the same trap without realizing it. A force that influences your blood flow, often unbeknownst to you. Allow me to reveal what it truly is. If you find yourself still engaged and resonating with these insights, please type 1 in the comments to signal your presence and attentiveness. This upcoming revelation might just be the most significant truth that has remained unspoken until now. Let us continue onward. Error 2. Engaging in self-pleasure while experiencing elevated pelvic tension. Disregarding the act of breathing. I've observed a nuanced pattern among nearly every man over 60 who enters my clinic, bringing with him worries about intimacy, circulation, or energy. It's not merely the actions they take, but the manner in which they undertake them. In the quiet of private moments, many find themselves holding their breath, often without even realizing it. Their shoulders lift, their abdomen constricts, their entire pelvic floor, those deep, concealed muscles encircling the base of the penis, tightens like a fist drawn inwards. They perceive it as ordinary. It is not. This unrecognized strain, this hurried, intense practice during self-pleasure may appear innocuous. However, let me reveal what it truly accomplishes. It obstructs the flow of blood. It prompts your nervous system to prepare rather than to let go. Rather than permitting your vessels to expand and oxygen to permeate your tissues, it fosters a constricted, confined atmosphere where circulation is choked at its origin. As time passes, that tension gradually transforms into a habitual pattern, and thus, the habit evolves into dysfunction. When you cease to breathe, you cease to flow. It transcends mere metaphor. It is the study of bodily functions. The penis stands as one of the most blood-sensitive organs within the human body. The outcome hinges on the fluidity and ease of blood circulation. No pressure, not stress. A calm and composed nervous system. Yet, in moments when your breath becomes shallow and your body tenses, your arteries tighten. Your nitric oxide levels decline sharply. Rather than fostering the vibrant flow of connection, you subtly stifle the intimacy you desire. I've encountered men who gaze at me, bewildered, when I pose the question, "Were you holding your breath?" They acknowledge with a nod. No one ever explained to them the impact of breathing on their arousal. It was never made clear that the harmony of pelvic relaxation and deep rhythmic breathing holds equal importance to a healthy erection as testosterone does. As your body ages, it increasingly requires collaboration rather than domination. Improper tension can result in enduring vulnerability in the areas that matter to you the most. In reality, when you find yourself breathing shallowly, tensing your body, and hurrying to complete tasks, you are not merely stifling sensation. Your body is being conditioned to perceive pleasure as a danger. The strain fosters a quiet conflict within your bloodstream, and in the end, your self-assurance bears the consequences. Yet, even as you resume your breath, another habit lurks, sapping your vitality in an entirely different manner. Silently siphoning away your motivation, bit by bit, even as life appears to carry on as usual. It begins with the frequency of your actions. Error 3. Frequent self-pleasure without respite, depleting your well of desire. It is a subtle practice, a ritual that begins with a sense of simplicity, perhaps stemming from a sense of ennui, perhaps born from a sense of solitude. or perhaps simply to experience a sensation once more. For numerous older men, the act of daily masturbation evolves into a cherished ritual, a method to signify the passage of time, to alleviate tension, to experience a sense of normalcy. However, what many fail to recognize is that beyond the age of 62, this daily cadence does more than merely deplete your vitality. It gradually erodes the foundation upon which your closeness relies. Your body has moved beyond the age of 30. The duration of your recovery is extended. Your testosterone recovery is more gradual. The blood vessels that once sprang back with ease now require time, oxygen, and room to mend. Engaging in daily, or even multiple daily, acts of self-pleasure can lead to a lack of respite for your body. Your supply of nitric oxide, dopamine, and emotional desire is being depleted. What are the symptoms? They slip in silently. One may observe a diminished sense of feeling in the aftermath. A persistent numbness resides in your pelvic area. Erections lack their usual responsiveness. A sense of fatigue envelops you. A growing detachment settles in, leaving you feeling somewhat estranged from your own essence. A quiet sense of resentment might creep in, as though your own body is turning against you. However, it is not. It is merely seeking a moment of respite. A gentleman in his late 60s once confided in me, saying, "Doc, I find that I no longer feel drawn to genuine intimacy. Each day, I engage in the same routine, yet I am left with an emptiness that lingers afterward." That shattered my heart. His body wasn't shattered. It was simply pushed beyond its limits. Overstimulation, when not balanced with moments of recharge, does more than merely dull sensation. It undermines the essential circuits responsible for generating arousal from the outset. As those circuits fade, the flow begins to wane. Veins grow frail. The bond diminishes. Masturbation ought to be an experience of intimacy with oneself, rather than merely a refuge from emotional fatigue. When it becomes compulsive or mechanical, it transforms into a silent thief, stealing away the innate drive, warmth, and intimacy that your body was designed to embrace. Even as the years advance, yet, what unfolds next is truly unexpected. Despite your efforts to create distance and permit healing, there remains a persistent habit that relentlessly commandeers your nervous system. It transcends the physical realm entirely. Indeed, it begins within the confines of your mind. This could very well be the primary factor contributing to the sense of disconnection from genuine intimacy that many older men experience today. Let us delve into that next. If you find yourself still present, and these reflections are striking a chord, please type 1 in the comments to signal your presence alongside me. The forthcoming insights in point number 4 have the potential to transform your perspective on health and intimacy in the future. Error 4. Engaging with explicit content that commandeers the mind, depriving genuine connection. To speak candidly, this conversation poses a significant challenge for many older men, not out of shame, but due to the profound solitude it reveals. A significant number of the men I counsel have moved beyond using pornography for thrills. They are employing it to occupy an emptiness, to pursue an emotion that once flowed effortlessly. Yet, as time passes, that pursuit transforms into a snare. By the moment they come to understand, the harm has already begun to silently extend beneath the surface. Contemporary pornography has evolved significantly from its form 50 years ago. It moves swiftly. It's intense. It is crafted to inundate your mind with sensations that the mundane world cannot hope to rival. What this accomplishes, particularly in a man beyond the age of 62, is a reconfiguration of the brain's pleasure center. Your dopamine receptors lose their sensitivity. Your desires gravitate more towards the realm of imagination and the tangible world. Gradually, and almost imperceptibly, your body begins to disengage from genuine touch, authentic closeness, and true intimacy. Men have come to my office, tears glistening in their eyes, confessing, "Doc, I no longer feel anything when I'm with my wife. I sense a profound fracture within myself." Yet, they remain intact. They have been shaped by their experiences. This conditioning is interfering with a crucial process within the male body: flow. Allow me to elucidate. The brain serves as the command center, orchestrating the flow of blood. When you incessantly inundate it with synthetic stimulation, you disrupt the organic flow of signals that initiate genuine blood circulation. Your nervous system is left in a state of confusion. You diminish your ability to feel deeply. Before long, the vitality of blood flow to the pelvic region diminishes, leading to unreliable erections, and intimacy transforms from a cherished experience into a burdensome task. As you increasingly depend on pornography, your body gradually loses its ability to engage with the authentic sensations of intimacy. After 62, when each vessel and every signal holds greater significance than ever before, this detachment can prove to be utterly devastating, not only to your physical well-being, but also to your very essence as a man. This is not a matter of guilt. It revolves around consciousness. Your mind and your body yearn to experience sensations once more. However, the initial step is to reclaim your authority. It is essential to reconfigure those patterns. It is essential to reestablish a bond with the type of stimulation that rejuvenates rather than depletes your circulation, your confidence, and your sense of connection. It all begins with a single choice. Transformation is essential today. The more time that passes, the more challenging it becomes to retrieve what has slipped away. Transformation is essential today. I have witnessed it far too often. Virtuous individuals, powerful individuals, who lingered just a moment too long. They sensed an unsettling presence in the air. They sensed their vitality waning, their bond waning, their ambition fading away. Yet, they reassured themselves, "I'll take care of it later," and the anticipated moment never arrived. Allow me to clarify. If you find yourself over the age of 62 and resonate with any part of my words thus far, it is imperative that you take action today. Not on the morrow, not the week that follows. On this day. Transformation need not be monumental. It does not entail rejecting the joys of life or severing the ties to what invigorates your spirit. It signifies a transformation in your approach to the matter. It signifies collaborating with your body rather than opposing it. What's the silver lining? Your body has the remarkable ability to react more swiftly than you might imagine, provided it is given the appropriate circumstances. Begin by taking a moment to decelerate. Transform your intimate experiences from mere routine to purposeful engagement. Concentrate on inhaling deeply, easing your muscles, and awakening your senses. If you often seek visual stimulation, consider embracing something gentler. Perhaps it is the rekindling of memory through arousal, or merely the act of re-establishing a bond with touch and sensation. This minor modification can initiate the process of retraining your nervous system and rejuvenating healthy circulation. Allow yourself moments of respite between your sessions. Allow your body to restore its hormonal equilibrium and reclaim its sensitivity. Masturbation ought to evoke a sense of vitality, connection, and energy, rather than leaving you feeling numb, fatigued, or detached. When approached with intention, it can transform into a source of energy rather than exhaustion. Above all, if you have been depending on high-intensity pornography, it may be wise to distance yourself from it. I understand that it can be quite challenging. Yet as you distance yourself from the confines of artificial extremes, you will gradually rediscover the sensations of feeling once more, with depth of feeling in body and spirit on a personal level. Your mind will undergo a transformation. Your circulation will react. What was once perceived as lost may start to find its way back. You are not past your prime. You haven't strayed too far from the path. Your finest years of connection, confidence, and rediscovering your true self are still within reach. Yet, this opportunity is fleeting. It demands your immediate action. A single decision can ignite a transformation, sending waves through every facet of your existence, your health, your relationships, your sense of self-worth. After 6 decades immersed in the realm of men's health, I've come to understand a fundamental truth. Many men find themselves burdened not by the need for additional pills, heightened pressure, or hidden truths. They require understanding, a strategy, and a voice to convey the reality. In just a moment, I will reveal to you the precise outline of that plan, ensuring you never revert to the quiet missteps that led you to this point. Shall we bring this to a close, hand in hand? In conclusion, your well-being, your closeness, it is entirely up to you. If you've journeyed this far, I wish to address you not merely as a physician, but as an individual who truly values your emotions, your way of life, and the love you share. What we've discussed today transcends the mere act of masturbation. The essence lies in circulation. The subtle decisions we embrace in the privacy of our own spaces gradually mold our well-being, our self-assurance, and our bonds with those we hold dear. I'm aware that these discussions may evoke a sense of discomfort. Many men traverse through life without ever encountering a doctor who articulates these words aloud. Yet, the silence has inflicted its fair share of harm. The reality is, the 4 errors in self-pleasure we've discussed today transcend mere habits. Subtle patterns linger in the shadows, gradually eroding your vitality after the age of 62. Hastening the deed, suspending your breath, engaging in the same routine each day, devoid of respite, depending on artificial stimulation to substitute genuine intimacy. These decisions extend beyond mere physical impact. They influence your essence, your connections with others, your perception of self-value. However, I urge you to keep this in mind. Each of these habits holds the potential for unlearning. Enhancements in your blood circulation are possible. Your vitality can be restored. True profound intimacy can be rekindled and flourish once more. It begins with subtle, intentional changes. Take a moment to pause. Opt for connection rather than compulsion. These are more than mere medical recommendations. They serve as vital connections. I've witnessed men in their 70s and 80s reclaim what they believed was lost to time, simply by embracing these transformative changes. Healing knows no age limits. The opportunity to feel once more is still within your reach. You are by no means solitary in this experience. Countless men share your experience. Men who believed they must silently endure their descent, who possesses greater understanding now, and who thrives as a result. This is your vessel, the essence of your existence, the tale you weave. You hold the pen that will shape the unfolding narrative of what comes next. Will it be a repetition of what has come before? Or could this mark the dawn of something greater? The decision lies in your hands. Allow me to be the one to tell you today, if no one else has done so. Time, strength, and purpose remain at your disposal. You deserve to be cherished and nurtured. If this message resonated with you, hold on to it tightly. Press that subscribe button and activate the bell, as I will be unveiling more essential tips tailored specifically for men like you. Let's get real. Authentic resolutions. If you're prepared to reclaim your health and intimacy, leave a strong still standing in the comments. Show me that you stand by my side. One is never truly solitary. The path to rediscovering your true self begins at this very moment. Keep your eyes peeled. Remain resilient. Above all, maintain that sense of wonder. The upcoming video could very well be the pivotal moment that transforms everything.